Well, hello and welcome to another episode of This Old Dickard Quad. And I was going to give up on my Yamaha Warrior, but I've had enough support. Didn't take much. Some convincing needed to be done to get me to finish the project. So I got Jug up. Let's shut up and get it done. Okay, let me just start off by saying I am tired of projects like this or other cars that I've had. Tired of these projects just going on and on. They last forever. This thing's been in the shop for like 6 months now. I've completely rebuilt the engine. Ooh, bright lights. Well, let's use that lighting to our advantage. Engine's got a new crankshaft, new connecting rod, new piston, all that stuff. There's a spark plug in there. She's cleaned out. And this was just in a box of parts when I picked it up. The machine itself was sitting outside before that, out here. And so I've slowly been fixing things. Just bird shit welded this frame together. And I keep finding other things wrong with it as I take more and more apart, like these switches that are just disconnected. This was a clutch switch, I think. And this one here was a brake switch. So the clutch switch is stuck in permanently, so it'll start in any gear. Not really concerned about that, but you get some really hack job welds here, like worse than I would do. That need to be patched up. This actually needs to be pulled back. And we've got a pretty, an okay little crack there too that needs to be batched and ground. And I've just spent a lot of money on little things like these control arm bushings. It's tough. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see right now. I have it on the jack. I don't really want to rock it around, but control arm bushings are pooched. The trailing arm, the bushing for the bottom of the shock is pooched. I have a new bushing to put in. It's a bearing, actually. And I need tires. Tires. I don't know where you guys suggest I buy tires from. I'm looking at canadasmotorcycle.com. And I think I can get a set for a reasonable price there, far more than anywhere else online I found. So where am I going to start today? The carburetor. It's pretty dicked. I'm going to take it off here. I actually started putting the airbox. You can see I have the airbox on now. Had it off. But yeah, this whole project is frustrating because it's just little things that are holding me back from getting this thing running and riding on two, possibly one wheel. But first, it's time for Jug Up. That's good. Okay, now I think I can do some work. Okay, carburetor is loose. Easily done, but I was trying to take off the throttle cable, and there's a little bracket that holds the cable to the carb, and I'm going to focus on it. There we go. That screw does not turn, so I thought I'd let that soak when I take it off the throttle. Now, is this just me, or is this something that happens? Either somebody stashed their snuff in here. What the heck is this? Some sort of animal seeds in here? Spider eggs? What's going on here? What is that crap? This looks cockroach, not like it belongs in here. I think there's drugs in here. Somebody's been smuggling drugs in this machine. What the heck? Well, I have no idea what that crud was, but I pulled it out. And it'd be a good time to clean up this little cover as well. Whoop. That could use a coat of paint, I think, because that looks pretty cockered. Anyway, so I'm going to disconnect the cable from in here, if I can. Stop right the throttle. Notice the go slow stop here. Maybe we'll push that in so I don't do too many wheelies, you know? Anyway. Oh well, I've cleared the operating table there to work on that carburetor, but... Oh, here's the bike. I thought you might want to see it. Little V-Star. Yeah, she's gutless. Clutch is starting to slip too, so... Oh, in other news, I've had this top box for a while, but I got this at Canadian Tire the other day for a decent deal. I mean, I would have preferred cheaper as usual, but this one's a little damaged. She's got a little cattywampus mark there. And here too, you can almost not tell that it's been hit. This bottom drawer actually got tapped, so I grabbed a block of wood and smashed her straight, and $700 toolbox became $299. And it's a good size. You can see compared to this tape measure, just the size we're dealing with here. And it's pretty wide too. Pretty tall and pretty wide. It would beat a polar bear in a fight. But on to a more serious matter. It's carburetor time, kids. So I had just the side cover off last time. This is just the linkage side. And it's Rust City in there. I guess water gets in there, doesn't get out. Maybe I should drain a drain hole. Probably not a... You get dust in there then. But the linkage itself, like when you pull in the cable, the slide moves. What model of carburetor is this thing? It says BTM. I don't know if that means anything to anyone. I've never worked on one of these before. I couldn't tell you what size it is. But anyway, I'm going to be pulling that side cover off, pull the bowl off. And I've got a couple products here we're going to soak her in. We've got a little bit of Release All. I don't have any deep creep, Jim. I'm so sorry. Some degreaser. That's probably not the best thing to use. That's going to dissolve some gaskets. We got the WD. We're going to do a little concoction here. Let me see what else I can. So this is pretty much what we're going to mix together in a concoction. Get the Release All. Degreaser, probably won't use that. That's probably not good for seals, but maybe on the outside of the carb. Maybe the main housing. Fluid film because it smells nice. WD-40 because, you know, I've got 2 cans of this. 3 in penetrant. I'm probably not going to use this, but I like it. And probably won't use this either, but I just thought I'd bring it out because who the heck has mineral spirits? Oh, that's from the Johnson Paint and Decorating, Steinbach, Manitoba. The evil, yo. So that means it's good. So I'm going to probably mix some of this up and get a brush. Probably not this one. This is probably a little too aggressive for some of the pieces, but I think I have a toothbrush here in one of these bins. I might have thrown it out. Anyway, I guess I don't need to search on camera. Caught on camera. So, let's see what happens. Oh, it was right there this whole time. Why did you guys say something? Toothbrush. I got a couple spares inside too. I don't really brush my teeth. Just kidding. Step 1. Step 2. Step 3. Oh, it really piddles out. And we're actually just using the 3-step method for now. Okay, moment of truth. So this is why I was a little disgruntled about this project. Let's get this thing to focus. Just like Mrs. Moyer taught us to. I can't not laugh at that. So there's our throttle openings. So I guess this operates this butterfly. Now, I'm speaking ignorantly. So this is like a 2-stage throttle from my understanding, which is limited. So at low throttle angles, you've got this one opening. And then beyond that, this one also works here to operate the actual slide throttle. So it's not a vacuum operated. This thing isn't vacuum operated, like some motorcycle carbs. Now, the problem I see is there's this, see if I can get my pointer out here. This little rod here, I'm assuming it's like an accelerator pump. I'm assuming that this plastic piece here is supposed to be pushing in there when I gun it. And when I saw that that wasn't moving at all, that's when I got disgruntled. So I think the rust is really taking effect here. So this needs a proper soak. So this is going to get a little shot of the high performance penetrant. And hopefully I can scrape some of this crud off and get her going. That's a really brutal can of WD-40. It really pees out of there. And we're going to always remember to shake your food film. I sometimes forget. You wouldn't want your lanolin oil sinking to the bottom or whatever's in here. Is it lanolin? Isn't that like the key ingredient to fluid film? I don't know. Somebody knows. Dad, you know. Dad always taught me to use more than you need. Just kidding, Dad. You told me to use very little. Just the right amount. Okay, let's let that soak in. Look at it work.